perfectionism and procrastination. They're important things to talk about and to explore within yourself if you want to go and get exactly what you want and become the woman or the man that you always dreamed of being, or achieve anything, or be a badass in business, right? So welcome back to a new video. My name is Lika. I'm a coach and mentor. I help people live a more fulfilling, happy, sexy, juicy, empowered life. I help them move through limitations and experience themselves in a whole new way. And you can do that right now already by downloading my free guide, Get Your Shit Together and Thrive, which is going to help you do exactly that. Get your shit together and thrive. At the end, you even have a little sexy ritual, a little sex magic practice, because of course I infuse everything I do with sensuality and sexuality, because this is the sacred, this is the life force energy, this is the pleasure, the bliss that we want to achieve. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So I realized that for myself recently, where I realized just by going back into the motion, going back to action, that you really become great at something when you do it over and over again and you practice it. Practice makes the master, and we've talked about that already, but this is so true. So usually when we are a perfectionist and we're trying to get everything so perfect, and it doesn't mean like you're actually consciously trying to make everything perfect. I'm a very deep perfectionist, and I'm working on that aspect of myself so deeply because it can be such an obstacle into me actually putting my work out there, actually creating the things I want to create. And usually it's coupled with procrastination, because when things are not perfect already, or they are not exactly how I want to do it, then I get so frustrated that I don't even act. I don't even do the things I need to do. And a good example of that is like creating online programs. That's the core of my work. That's what I love to do. And it's creating products that are going to help people to go through a journey of transformation, right? They enter the program a certain way. They're going to work on themselves, go through the practices, the exercises, and on the other end of it, they're going to be fully transformed, and an aspect of their life, if not all aspects of their life, is going to shift and change drastically. That's what I love to do. That's where I find pleasure, yet because I'm trying to create something of very high value for my clients, because I care so much. I don't do that just for the money. I don't just do that for me and just have fun. I do that because I know some people need that transformation the way I needed it when I was younger. And it's important for me because it is so important. I want the thing to be perfect. And even though I worked with people in the past, as of right now, I'm a solo entrepreneur, which means I do everything myself, which is an amount of work that is just enormous. To create online programs, to have a marketing presence, to even create those videos for you guys, it just takes so much time, energy, effort, love, all of me, right? And I'm so invested and I love it. And it takes a lot of time. And if I'm trying to make it all perfect, then I just see the mountain of steps I need to do, and I procrastinate, because who wants to face that heaviness of all the things you have to do? And so I give you my personal example, but you can apply that to literally anything. You can really see in your life how perfectionism and procrastination comes together when you're trying so hard to be perfect or to do something in the best way possible that at some point you stop doing it because of the pressure of trying to do it perfectly, the pressure of not making any mistakes. So an antidote for me is just breaking down small tasks and literally forcing myself to do it. And by forcing myself, I think about what would feel good once it's done and how proud I would feel of myself. And then the more I have this feeling of achievement and accomplishment, the more I want to do it more naturally and it feels less forced. But in the beginning, I have to push myself to take action because it is important for me. As I said, if anything, you truly care about, whether it's your business, your dreams, your goals, something you want to work on and have a result, you will have to put in the effort and you will have to beat that perfectionism and procrastination. If what's stopping you is that you're trying to do it perfectly, my best advice and what I'm trying to apply in my own life is just take that first step, because the first step is going to lead to the second step, that is going to lead to the third step, etc. The hardest step to take really is the first one, is get into the motion. Sometimes it's also hard to stay consistent and be disciplined, but if you show up with discipline, that's the thing. That's the thing that will cure everything. Because discipline is the antidote to perfectionism. Because you won't be perfect every day. Think about an Ashtanga practice in yoga. I used to be a yoga teacher, so a lot of my references are in yoga. You show up to your mat every single day, 6 days a week or every single day, and you do the same sequence every day. What is going to change is your energy level, your body, how you feel. A lot of that changes, but what you do is showing up and doing the same thing every day. The discipline it requires is enormous. If you apply that same mindset, you'll know that not every day is going to be perfect. You can't be perfect every day. That's just literally impossible. But you can show up every day. And sometimes it's going to feel messy and uncomfortable and you won't want to be there, but you will be proud that you've done it. Of course, be mindful of burning out. That's another topic, right? But show up with discipline. Discipline is going to cure your perfectionism. With discipline, you're pretty sure that you're not going to be perfect. That days are going to feel contracted and heavy and disgusting and ugly, but you're going to be there and you're going to do it because you're working for that bigger vision for yourself. That's another trick too, is like always come back to your bigger why, because that is what is going to support your discipline. It's not like beating yourself up and being mean with yourself and forcing yourself, even though I just said force yourself to do it. It's because you have a bigger vision, something that inspires you, something that matters to you so much. Your bigger why is not just like, oh, why I do it, like surface level. It's like at the core of who you're being. What do you want to achieve in your life? What is so important? So you care about this so much that you're willing to show up in your mess very imperfectly. You're willing to work through all those little obstacles, all this procrastination, all of this being in your head, thinking about your projects, but not working on them. That's your invitation today to start. Take the first step, show up with discipline. Love yourself through this. You can show up with so much discipline and be so soft and surrendered and in your feminine. I know it seems contradictory, but I'm the living, breathing example of that. I've worked so hard on softening and opening, created a whole course for over a year called Soft and Surrendered, embodied that so deeply in my dating life, in my work, in how I'm being in the world, because I needed to soften, I needed to be more in my feminine, I needed to melt into the exquisiteness of experiencing my feminine essence. And I have some big goals, big dreams, big ambition, and I show up for them. I show up with love, with commitment. Organization and structure is also a big one. Supporting yourself, through that. But I've experienced the medicine of just showing up and doing it. Small things. I'm breaking down it so small that it doesn't feel as big. I'm just going to do that today. But after that, I know there will be something else. But I'm just focusing on that. And I'm creating the container for it. The space for it. I'm going to show up. I honestly practice that with my gym practice. To be fair, I love going to the gym. It's not like I don't need motivation. But I need discipline because some days I don't feel like going. It's very rare. But now I've started a new fitness program that is a lot more cardio and stuff, when I love to lift heavy. And I don't really like this kind of HIIT program, whatever. I'm not finding a lot of joy because it's very challenging. And I never want to go and do those days where it's the new fitness program. But I show up, even though I really don't want to. But instead of thinking about the whole sequence that I have to perform that day, I'm just I just need to drag myself to the gym. That's like literally my only goal, like the only task, the breaking down. I just have to drag myself to the gym. That's easy. Just have to drive my car to the gym. Easy task. Once I'm at the gym, I just have to like set up my space. That's it. And then I have to go through one round, only round. So, I break it down and I don't see so much in the future. I have my bigger why for why I do it. So I know I need to show up with discipline, but then I break down in small tasks. And that works wonders for me. Let me know, what is your technique to beat up perfectionism, procrastination? I want to know. I'm actually curious. What are your strategies? Is anything that I just shared is something you also practice, or is it helpful for you to hear it? I really want to know, so leave me a comment. You can also subscribe to the channel, just support the channel. It really, really helps. And I need your help right now to grow this and keep on sharing all of the craziness that I'm sharing. So thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.